Welcome again to Chief's Galley. Man,
Howdy.
this is Neal. It's not going to be here very long, but figured you'd stop by.
Yeah,
So-
my wife's wondering where I'm at, so I gotta get.
Anyway, tonight we're going to make, I hate to say marinara. Not really. It's, we call it pasta Edwardo. It's really sauce that my family likes. So we'll just get started. First thing we're going to do, though, is just touch my nails will do with this.
You wash your hands?
I gotta wash my right hand again now. But we're gonna just drop some. Lynn, you want to come on over here?
Let me get out of the way.
You could pause it.
No.
Okay. We are professionals. Anyway, we're gonna turn on some.
It's best to
some
cook
olive
it.
oil in here to
It's always best to cook with the heat on.
cook sauce. Oh, he was on. I just didn't turn it on.
Ah,
I didn't wait. We got other stuff to do here. So we're just gonna kind of drop this Italian sausage in.
are you gonna let me do something on this episode?
I absolutely am. Just a
All right.
second. You're on it. Let me wash my hands real fast. You don't have to follow me to the sink. Go back.
We can show people how to wash your.
So we got some Italian sausage that's starting to cook. And something that's kind of weird to many people for this is we're going to take some fennel seed. I don't know, maybe, is that a teaspoon or so maybe?
Yeah, that's about
About a teaspoon. Let Neal grind that up.
All right.
We're going to use that in our sauce.
I finally get to do something.
Yeah. So while that's going on, I'll turn this burner on for our sauce on kind of medium low. Well, probably closer to medium. I don't want to get too hot. And cook some stuff in there that I don't really want to burn.
Do I have to grind each one of them?
Every single one to the core. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is get an onion going.
Don't they sell pre-ground fennel?
They sell pre-ground everything.
Well, that's what I'd use.
Do I want it? That's pretty cheap. You buy it in a big bag, so I just use that. So we're gonna take a big old onion. Once again, don't freak out on me Italians for what I'm doing here. We're not gonna make a normal Italian sofrito with carrots and celery, but we are gonna cut some onions up and start those off.
Where'd you learn this at? Chicago?
Learn what?
This meal you're preparing.
What I'm making now, I learned it from my kids eating or not eating.
I thought maybe you might have got it from another YouTube channel.
No. No. I learn a lot of things from YouTube channels. Don't slight YouTube channels. You can learn a lot of stuff from YouTube channels. So I'm just gonna cut this thing down. We're not looking exact here.
You got the hard ones.
Just know what you're doing.
Well, that's why I'm the sidekick.
Be careful with the knives, folks. Usually when I'm not paying attention, that's when I get bit by them.
Good thing Angie's not here,
Why is that?
because she'd cut herself
She cut herself all the time?
all the time.
And let's go a little bit higher.
She'll cut herself washing dishes.
So, well, while we're doing that, move this stuff out of the way. We can start cutting some mushrooms. Could put this in another bowl. Keep going, Neal. Get your exercise.
That's wearing me out already. Need a working party for this summer.
Move this thing over here. I hear a little bit of sizzling going on back there. It's good. It's always good to have this stuff ready before you start.
You cook it all the way,
So you're not worried. Cook what all the way.
the sausage, before you put it in the
Not really. I just gotta get some color. It's gonna cook for about 20 minutes in the sauce.
So just kind of brown it.
Yeah. Just wanna get some color on it. Put the onions here. Then, just gonna cut some mushrooms. I don't know if you don't like mushrooms, I just don't know if we can be friends, but you don't have to put them in.
I'm done.
Good job, Neal.
I didn't get all the seeds though.
What's that?
I didn't get all the seeds though.
Didn't get them all? Oh no.
There's like one or two.
That's okay.
Right. Gunpowder.
That's okay. We're gonna put those in and
Looks like gunpowder.
fry them up. Does it?
Yeah, that's how fine I've gotten it.
There's no exact science here. All this stuff is gonna be cooked up anyway.
If you want to call the abuse hotline for him making me work like this, I am disabled. And he's abusing me.
He is disabled.
We don't know if it's physical or mental.
I know.
The latter.
Pretty much. Okay, we'll work on this later. I'm gonna flip these. I can show you what these look like after they're done, but they're starting to turn brown. Good job on that.
You did good there.
Get some color.
I like the way you turn those.
Did you?
Yeah. Should have let them see that.
Yeah, it would have been good if you weren't standing in front, and I wasn't either.
Well, they didn't know how good
At
you
some
did.
point, we'll figure that stuff out. If we can get Linda away from the back of that thing, it'd be even
If you
better.
guys like and subscribe, maybe we can buy another camera later.
Maybe. You could share it too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yep.
I'm
The
in-
notification bell if you want to see more. And I will say that we've already decided that there are going to be no blooper reels or anything left on the cutting room floor because I'm just uploading.
What you see is what you get.
Yep. So when I cut the hell out of myself, you get to see that too.
You can see all the gory details.
I know it looks like a lot of mushrooms because it is.
Those shrink.
We're not. They will shrink, but I don't make sauce by the quart. I like to make it more by the gallon.
So why do you like that particular crushed tomatoes? You can answer that question when you get to them.
I can. Let me get this started.
But I
We'll
forget-
start talking
I
about
would
tomatoes.
forgot to ask if you
Yeah.
forgot or not.
Well, I see a little bit of shimmer. Let's drop these in. Oh yeah, it sounds like.
Oh, you put some oil in there too for the onions?
Oh, I gotta cook our onions first.
Okay, get a little golden.
Oh yeah.
I see.
Always onions first. And then we'll just move that around. Get them all coated. Probably let these go about, I don't know,
I'm gonna say 3 minutes.
I'm saying probably closer to 5, but I'm not gonna time them.
I was gonna say 5 and you just said 3.
Probably would have. So we'll get those going. Another thing I want to drop in just a couple minutes to drop this fennel in. You got most of them.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, we're gonna let these things sweat out. So give just a couple of minutes. He was talking about tomatoes. Definitely kind of tomatoes makes a difference. However, if all you got is generic tomatoes, use generic tomatoes. If you like generic tomatoes, use them. The ones I usually buy don't have tomato juice or water that they're packed in. Usually packed in puree. So the best ones, they're all plum tomatoes. But there's ingredients which you can't see, but the ingredients in this is tomato. Ingredients in this one is crushed tomato. And these is just whole tomatoes with basil and San Marzano puree, which is basically
That
sauce.
That salt free?
There's no salt in any of that.
Good.
So it does make a difference. Like I said, they're all plum tomatoes. If you want to just buy regular peeled tomatoes,
Knock yourself
you
out.
can crush it. You can make puree out of it yourself. Not a big deal. I'll show you how to do that at some point if you want. Let me know if you want to see that. You can do it. Or you can just get fresh tomatoes and boil them for a minute or so and get the drop them in some ice water and the peels come off and boom, you got your own peeled tomatoes. I think we're good with that.
Looking good.
Yeah, I think you probably turn the sausage is doing good. This onion's getting there as well. So, we're gonna do with the onion now. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's good enough, I think. We got some good color on these sausages. You don't have to use sausage. You just want, you know, ground beef or nothing. That's fine. Check them out, huh? See that?
Yep.
Beautiful. We're putting those in sauce in a little while. For now, we're just gonna leave them where they're at.
Give me a slap of bread.
But-
with mustard, and I'm good to go.
Oh, there you go. So we keep moving these, and you want to come and take a look at these onions, huh? But the lovely Linda is going to bring the camera over here so you can take a look at these onions, because they're just about ready. Nice and yellow, and
That was closer to 3
can you
minutes.
see in there?
Mhm.
No?
Yep.
Anyway, those are just getting freaking delicious. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all this fennel that Neal just chopped up, and I'm going to mix that in there too.
Right with the onions, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I just want them to let some of that oil go.
You done with
Now, I'm using, in this recipe today, I have fresh basil. If I was using dry basil, I would drop some of that in here right now as well, just so the oils can get released. But since that's just about done, I think we can start throwing some mushroom in there. What do you think, Neal?
this?
Sound like a good idea?
Good. It's
Smooth
coming out, yeah. I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Just
So if
always-
you don't like mushrooms, we might not be able to be friends, but you don't have to use them. It's all up to you.
It just brings out a certain flavor into the meal. I always think
And we just kind of coat this stuff up. Get some yummy stuff on the bottom there. We'll get that off in just a couple minutes. Hi, Ed. Alrighty.
Hey, if I break my wine glass, you're gonna be mad at me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we got this just about where I'm ready to start adding some things. We're gonna add a little bit of salt here. As usual, very closely monitored and measured. And next thing I want to add in here is about a tablespoon of garlic, maybe a little more, because my family loves freaking garlic in this. So we're not going to leave this for long. Just going to kind of let it sit there until we can start to smell it real good. Tell me when you can smell it, Neal.
No, I'm smelling it now, baby.
Smell the garlic?
Oh, yeah. Because I'm sitting right next to the bowl.
Because you're sitting next to the garlic bowl. And we'll just let that go for a minute. We don't want to burn it. That's all we're really concerned with there. And we don't want raw garlic. We just don't want to burn it. And it's getting pretty fragrant already. I think I should probably think about it. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drop some wine in here.
Some more Spring Creek 2022. Got it at the dollar store, we finally remembered.
Dollar store wine.
And it tastes great.
Yeah. So we're just gonna let this cook off. Don't worry, it's still good for kids. If you don't like wine, and sauce, don't use it.
Yeah, whiskey.
You can use,
Jack Daniels.
yeah, whiskey. No, you can use chicken broth if you want, or you don't really have to use anything. We're gonna try and get rid of as much liquid as we can anyway. So we're really not too concerned with alcohol here because it's all gonna be gone. Okay, can you see inside this pot, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You can see most of that wine is already gone. That's what I want to start. That's an awesome base right there. So what I'm going to do is take some big old can of puree. It's like 28 ounces. And sizzle start to stop a little bit. That's the fun part. Mix that all up. Get a little bit of water later to get the rest of it. And then I'll put some crushed tomatoes. Other stuff you can do with this, but that's what I like. And then, sorry I didn't open this can of tomatoes. That's okay. Linda's gadget.
So when you make it with that much tomatoes and
Tastes like
everything
tomato.
else, how many people does it feed?
I
A
don't know.
family?
Easy. And yours. You know what we do is,
Right.
if I have to cook for 20 people, I cook for 40.
That's right.
That's kind of the way it is.
Always cook more than you need.
And I don't mind refrigerating this for a couple days, and stuff freezes great too.
And you can make a good sub sandwich with it.
Okay. Now the real fun part. There's different ways you can do this. Just did wash my hands, you saw that, so we're good. Best way for the tomatoes, whole tomatoes, just get in there and smash them. Smash them with your hands. I'll turn this thing down real quick. Don't want anything to burn. Tomatoes will burn.
Remember, always
Oh,
wash
get
your
in
hands
there.
before you leave the bathroom.
I washed my hands right before I went to the bathroom. Don't worry about it. And then we're just smashing tomatoes. It's gonna be messy, but it's fun. This is some pretty
Well, I know who to call when I
Tomatoey
need to smash
stuff.
tomatoes.
I'm more than happy to help you out. Missed one, but that's okay. He'll be okay. And that's just tomato puree in there anyway, so we're not worried about losing that. And got a dirty hand, but mix this stuff around. From experience, I know. Actually, just watch that cook for a second, huh? I'm just gonna wash my hands off. And something I always do, take a little bit of puree, maybe a couple tablespoons, drop that in there. The only reason I don't put it in earlier with the onions is it burns really easy. And I really don't want it to do that.
That's just to thicken it up.
Yeah, it'll thicken it up pretty nice. Pretty strong tomato flavor. It's getting pretty. Don't want real watery sauce, so we're gonna cook this for a while. Not like a bolognese or like a 4-hour cook, but cook it to get rid of some of that. So we're not gonna cover it up. Just gonna get that up to a boil. But before I do that, since we're not cooking it for 4 hours and I don't plan on putting a bunch of cream or fat in this thing, tomatoes can be pretty acidic. And my family's half Filipino and they like sweet spaghetti. Put a couple of teaspoons of sugar in there. And along with that, pepper. To taste. A little more salt. Definitely gonna need some salt with all those tomatoes. We'll add more later if we need to. And basil. So it's cooking good. Just tear it up and toss it in. Like I said before, I love basil. I'm not worried about what it looks like in 20 minutes. put some more in there later, so it's all pretty. But don't really care as long as you get the flavor. So really, you don't need to cut it. Just tear it up and toss it in.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid of it. Basil is your friend. And then we'll just... Okay, Linda gave up, so hopefully I can do everything with one hand.
I'm disabled.
Neal's disabled, and Linda just said, "The heck with this, it's too heavy, I'm done." Well, let's figure out something else. But anyway, we're just going to put that in here. Oh, we need to get another cameraman for long shoots. And then we're just going to drop this sausage in here and let that cook.
Oh, you don't cut it up before you put it in?
Nope. No need.
Nice.
They're just going to be links when we cook them. Sorry about the shaky camera, but I'm kind of doing it. So I'm just going to submerge these.
Remember, don't forget
And we'll wait till this thing just
starts
starts
subscribe.
to bubble a little bit. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, share, notify, all that good stuff. Don't forget.
Free.
And we're just going to kind of bring this up till it starts to boil. Since I have an electric oven and stove, it's kind of difficult to regulate it, but we'll get it there. I'll be back when this thing is simmering. We're gonna get this thing to start to bubble, then we're gonna simmer it for about 20 minutes.
And I'm going to have to take off.
And
So,
Neal says bye, because
see y'all later. Been fun. Got to get home. Got business to take care of. And it takes too long to cook dinner.
yeah, I'm too damn slow. All right, folks, we'll see you in about. Okay, this thing's been simmering for about 10 minutes. Got some water boiling. This pasta is going to take about 10 minutes. I'm using some fresh dried pasta. And when I say that, see it's a little lighter than some of the yellow nasty macaroni that you might get. If that's all you got, use what you want. Use whatever kind of pasta you like. Linda likes spaghetti. I like more thicker noodles. But I got a pot of water here with plenty of water for this. And we'll drop probably about a tablespoon of salt. We'll let that get going. Want that because our pasta needs a little bit of salt. If you don't salt your pasta, you will absolutely notice the difference. So we got it boiling pretty decent here. Just gonna drop these in. Just use a big enough pot so your pasta has plenty of room to move around. This is pretty dried and nested up right now. But we'll let that go. This package says this stuff will take 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to give it. So we'll be back in 10. Got it? Gosh. Stop pressing it. I'll just leave it. I'll cut it all out. Okay, we got a couple minutes left for the pasta. The sauce is looking pretty good. Can you see the sauce on that?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's not real too watery, which is good. It's what we want. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the sausage out of here. Just take a second. Come here, sausage. Like I said, this has been simmering for about 20 minutes after I brown the sausage, so should be good to go. And we'll turn that bad boy off. And I'm gonna bring this over. Well, it's still very, very hot up, so don't want separated butter in here. This just makes it nice and smooth and amazing. Your friends and family will appreciate it. They won't know why your sauces look so amazing, but that's why. And that's gone. So now we could do, turn off this pasta. It's about done. I have another pot here. And we're going to take some sauce here. We're just going to put it in a pan. We're going to just mix all this stuff together in a minute. I'll put it back here. Before I take this, come on over, Emma. Before I take this out, I'm going to get some of this pasta water. Always get some pasta water. Helps with mixing your pasta. And then I'm going to, this heat is off, but I'm just going to lift it out. You can use a colander, but the only thing with a colander is all the starch that I just pulled off and it's inside of this water. It all just kind of piles on top of the pasta. So I'll get what I can with this. And then after that, go in with this little spider. Usually people know what this is all about. Get the rest of it. Push this out of the way so you can see what's going on. And then I usually take a little bit more pasta and just put it on top. It's going to be a lot of sauce, but it's Americans like a lot of sauce. So we'll turn the heat back on. Doesn't have to be real hot. Just a little bit of pasta water. Helps mix it. And we just want to see it turn red. Turn red, baby. Maybe you turn on the wrong one. Awesome. Thankfully, it's already still hot. And magic. And that looks pretty amazing, doesn't it, hon?
Yep.
Okay. I think we're actually okay to start putting some on a plate here. And I'm just going to do it the easy way. I'm not going to use a, it's not going to be as beautiful as you might like, but we got some good pasta here. Now it's going to be a messy plate. Is that enough for you, hon?
Mm-hmm.
Could stand it up better, but I'm not breaking out a fork, so that's just the way it is. And then we'll take a little bit more of this, put it on top. Linda did taste it. She thinks that sauce is pretty good. So let's cover up this really ugly part of the dish with some sausage. And then we take some more of this cheese. Grate some of that on there. Say when, hon?
That's good enough.
Good? Alright. And then, got this garlic bread we made in an earlier video. Want to see how that was made? Can look that one up. Put a couple of those on there for the lovely Linda. Should I get you a fork and a knife on?
Please.
I don't know, the sausage is sausage. There you go. I won't show your face, don't worry. Go ahead, give it a try. Okay, I was thinking more of the pasta than the sausage, but
Yummy. It's hot.
yeah, it looks hot. There's a lot of steam. Well, anyway, we'll cut this one short because it's already about a half an hour and I got to figure out what to cut out of this. So that is our pasta Edwardo. If you want to think of something else that you want me to make, let me know. More than happy to. So, till next time, we'll see you in Chief's Kitchen.